1. The construction of the pyramids. The pyramids of Egypt are one of the most iconic structures in history. They were built using massive stone blocks, each weighing several tons. What's fascinating is that some of these stones were transported from hundreds of kilometers away. However, contrary to the common myth, the pyramids were not built by slaves. Most of the workers were actually free laborers who were well fed and housed by the state. 2. Mummification. Mummification was a sacred practice in ancient Egypt. Egyptians believed that the soul would live on after death, so they preserved the body to ensure the soul's safe journey into the afterlife. The mummification process could take up to 70 days and involve removing the organs, drying out the body, and wrapping it in linen. 3. Hieroglyphic writing. Hieroglyphs are a unique form of writing that combines pictorial symbols with phonetic elements. The ancient Egyptians used hieroglyphs to record everything from religious texts to monumental inscriptions. It wasn't until 1822 that the code of hieroglyphs was cracked by Jean-François Champollion, allowing us to understand this fascinating ancient language. The gods and goddesses of Egypt. Ancient Egypt had a rich pantheon of gods and goddesses, each of whom was associated with different aspects of life. For example, Ra was the sun god, Osiris ruled over the afterlife, and Isis was the goddess of magic and protection. The Egyptians believed these deities controlled various forces of nature and life. 5. The myth of slave labor in pyramid construction. It's a common misconception that slaves built the pyramids. In fact, evidence suggests that the pyramids were built by a well-organized workforce of skilled laborers. These workers, who were employed by the state, lived in workers' villages and were given food and shelter while they worked on these monumental projects. 6. Hair fashion in ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, both men and women took great care with their hair. Wigs were very popular, especially among the wealthy and royalty, and were often made from human hair or plant fibers. Wigs were seen as a symbol of status, and some Egyptians had entire collections of them. 7. The importance of the Nile River. The Nile River was essential to the survival of ancient Egypt. Its annual flooding deposited nutrient-rich silt along the banks, making the land fertile for agriculture. This allowed the Egyptians to grow crops like wheat and barley, which were central to their economy and way of life.